Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the NECA Halloween H20 20 years later Ultimate Michael Myers action figure. I pre-ordered this guy from the NECA store. It arrived today, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the front, we have the Michael Myers mask. Halloween H20 20 years later Ultimate Michael Myers. I remember this movie came out. They were trying a bunch of different sort of soft reboots of the Halloween franchise, and some were entertaining, but maybe not that good in the long run. H20. I did enjoy this when it came out, that's for sure. On the back, you can see the figure, a bunch of different accessories and display options, different sort of killing tools. At the bottom, there is a barcode, if that helps anybody. This is a NECA Ultimate figure, window box packaging. You can hear the Velcros open up. On the inside flap, we have Michael Myers. And then here's a figure with all the accessories laid out. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have 5 alternate hands, totaling 7 interchangeable hands, 3 different heads, a pumpkin, 2 different knives, an axe, and an ice skate. Before I load all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So this is Michael Myers from Halloween H20, 20 years later. This is sort of a soft reboot of sorts. In the film, Jamie Lee Curtis has a son who's in college, and the adventures continue. I believe this came out in 98, 20 years later. I was 14 at the time. Perfect age for this movie, and I remember really liking it when it came out. It was really cool, bringing the franchise back, and doing it without making a horrible film. It was good, not great, definitely better than the next one, Resurrection, which had a reality show with Busta Rhymes and killing off Jamie Lee Curtis's character in the opening scene. And as much as it may sound like it, I'm not making any of that up. So let's take a closer look. It's about time to finally start getting more Michael Myers figures from the different films. I know some of the films are off limits, but I have a dream of eventually having a Michael Myers or representation from each of the different films, and there are more than 10 of them at this point. I hope they do a 7-inch version of the 3 kids from Season of the Witch, although my expectations are rather low. Probably should have got that pack when I had the chance. Anyway, his face, it's similar to what came before, but a little bit different. We can definitely see around the eyes. It doesn't fully have the William Shatner sort of look to it, but I can kind of see it there at the same time. The eyes are inside, kind of dark, but they're still there. Hair looks good. Not exactly the same as what came before, but that's the whole point. They try to change it throughout the different films, and sometimes they make him awful, sometimes they make him pretty good. He's got the typical sort of mechanic jumpsuit, pockets at the front, zipper up and down, double jointed elbows, single jointed knees, black boots, fairly basic looking body, and we'll check out if there's any reuse shortly. It really wouldn't bother me if there is, but I like it. It's sort of a combination, the mask, of like the first film and then, switch up a little bit, but I can definitely see the first film mask here, at least a little bit. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. There are definitely worse Michael Myers masks. That weird sort of V on his forehead is kind of distracting. I like it. H20. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with his hands. He has a total of 7 hands, 3 left hands, and 4 right hands. Here's a look at his first pair of hands. These are a pair of default hands. They would look good relaxed at his sides. And here's his second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands with a small grip. And his next pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. The right hand is a larger grip. And this pair of gripping hands is hinged up and down, whereas the previous pair was hinged side to side. And he has 1 additional right hand. This is a gripping hand with a really large grip. Now let's check out his heads. He has 3 of them. Here's a look at his first head. This is the most clean head. The mask is all white. The hair is slicked back. This will probably be my default head for this guy. And here's his second head. His eyes are almost sort of wide-eyed, like he has a surprised expression, which I don't think is appropriate for Michael Myers. Hair a little bit more messed up. Mask a little bit dirtier, and his final head, this one is even dirtier, like he's beginning beat up throughout the entire film, which is pretty accurate. Now let's look at his pumpkin and knives. So, you have this pumpkin, and it's a very sort of tall, odd-shaped pumpkin. It's got a little slit here, so you can insert the knife. And of course we have these two kitchen knives. One regular one, and one bloody version. It's sort of Michael Myers' signature weapon. And of course, you can take the pumpkin, put the knife in here, and have sort of that Halloween logo or look to it. Here's a look at Michael Myers holding that knife, and then holding both the regular and bloody versions at the same time. And now for some of his more unique killing weapons. We have an ice skate, and that's such a kind of cool, gimmicky, unique idea to kill somebody like that. It's got blood on the blade there. And then we have this axe, and as I remember, I think it was Laurie that used it more so than Michael, but it's got the little silver at the top, and the rest is sort of red. Here's a look at Michael Myers holding that axe. He can hold it with either one hand or with two, and then here, holding that bloody ice skate that he just killed somebody with. Now I want to check out the reuse, differences, and similarities between this Michael Myers and some previous ones. In front of you we have the Halloween 2 Michael Myers, the Halloween 7 Michael Myers in the middle, and the Halloween 6 Michael Myers on the right. So, with Halloween 2, they use the same arms. As you can see, the same sort of wrinkles all the way down. And then with the recent Halloween 6 Michael Myers, they use the same legs. Once again, you can see the same wrinkles. And then it looks like this sort of soft goods overlay is brand new for this guy, but I'm sure the parts underneath are probably the same as well. And now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and all of his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to top, standing about 7.7 inches tall. Pretty big boy, going to translate to about 19.5 centimeters. And now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, you can rotate side to side. It's kind of limited. You can look up about that far, just more or less straight ahead, down just a little bit as well. The articulation is quite limited just because the bottom of the head has that mask and it makes it a lot wider. You can tilt his head a little bit from side to side, but like I said, a little bit. It's quite restricted. Shoulders and a ball joint goes about 90 degrees, up, down, around. He's got double jointed elbows, and I'm not really a huge fan when NECA makes the bicep one piece, the forearm one piece, and the elbow whole other piece. It's kind of noticeable because it's just so much smaller here than the bicep area. Anyway, top part goes in like so, and the bottom part like so. It has rotation at the top, and it has rotation at the middle. So it gives you a pretty good range of articulation. Wrists can rotate, and it's hinged. These hands are hinged side to side. There's another gripping hand that's hinged up and down, so you can achieve a lot of different poses. He's got soft goods overlay, and there is some articulation underneath, but it's pretty much useless. Legs on ball joints, they go out about that far. They can rotate independently into the ball joint. They go forward about that much, back not at all. Single jointed knee with rotation, and his ankle. Forward and back a little bit, rotate, tilt, rock. Here's a look at Michael Myers in front of the Strode residence. Now let's check him out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other Halloween and Michael Myers figures. Here's the H20 Halloween 7 Michael Myers in the middle, next to a couple of older NECA Halloween Michael Myers from the first film. These are older NECA figures, very dated in the articulation. One came as a single release, and one came in a 2-pack with Michael Myers as a child. I don't believe they have the legal licensing right to make figures from the first film, so that's about the best you can get, at least for a while. Then, with a couple of Michael Myers figures from Halloween 2. On the left, that guy was from a 2-pack with Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis, and on the right, the single version, and this one is wearing the Ben Tramer head. And here, next to NECA's most recent Michael Myers figure, this is from Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, the 6th Halloween film. And now, with some NECA Michael Myers figures from the 2018 Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends trilogy. These were sequels, and sort of a soft reboot to the first film. These were the 11th, 12th, and 13th Halloween films. Here are all the NECA Michael Myers figures that I have, from Halloween 1, 2, 6, 7, 11, 12, and 13. Now, Michael Myers was not in Halloween 3, so I'd love to have that 3-pack with those trick-or-treaters, but they're in the 8-inch retro scale, and I want them in the 7-inch ultimate scale. Hopefully, eventually, NECA will do that for us. We still don't have a Michael Myers from Halloween 4 and 5, The Return and Revenge of Michael Myers, Halloween Resurrection, which is number 8. I do imagine we'll probably get one of those. And then the 2 Rob Zombie reboot films, which are number 9 and 10. I imagine eventually NECA will try to give us those as well. Fingers crossed, I would love to have all 13 of them in a row. That would be fantastic. And I know there's not 13 different versions of Michael Myers. He wasn't the third one, but it would still be cool. Here he is, next to the kid version of Michael Myers. This is from the first film. This is an older NECA figure from a 2-pack. And here, with a NECA Laurie Strode. This is from the 2018 Halloween sequel. I would love a younger classic version of her. And here he is, with some NECA Dr. Loomis figures. On the left, we have an older version, and on the right, a couple versions from the 2-pack with different looks. Here's Michael Myers, next to some older NECA horror figures. These are some Universal monster figures. The Mummy, Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and the Wolfman. And here, with some more modern horror icons, Freddy, Jason, Pinhead, and Leatherface. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released NECA figures. Here he is, with some NECA Universal monsters, but these are Universal Studios exclusive movie poster versions. Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. And here he is with Pamela Voorhees from Friday the 13th, the Mask of the Red Death, Phantom of the Opera, the movie poster version of Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the Metaluna Mutant. Then, with the 6 NECA Blind Box Chucky figures, and now with a couple of XX-121 Xenomorphs from Alien Romulus. Next, with all 3 versions of Shredder as Dracula from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Universal Monsters crossover line. And finally, with NECA's Quint and Hooper from Jaws. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a NECA figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and then work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his NECA brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from NECA Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jack-specific rested figures and Diamond Select toys, here's Michael Myers, next to a large spatula. And here he is, next to some McFarlane and DC Direct figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a pretty cool Michael Myers figure. Happy to add one more to the roster. I'd say I like this one better than the last one, which was The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6. But I think I do prefer the Halloween 2 and 2018 Michael Myers figures to this one. His accessories are plentiful. I like the pumpkin, I like the fact that the knife goes inside of it, and the roller skate is a pretty cool killing weapon. The reuse does not bother me whatsoever. If I were to rate this guy, I give him a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's a pretty nice figure, and I hope they continue giving us different versions of Michael Myers. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.